together is called cabeza de queso, yeah, a little cheese head, cheese head. By Fred Sturm, and found out just yesterday that Fred Sturm was Matt Bookman's teacher in college. One of them, yeah, sure. And a great man, but I've heard so many great stories about him. But we hope you enjoy. This tune also was played by the Wisconsin Honors All-State or Honors Jazz Ensemble a couple years ago. It's a fantastic piece, so we hope you enjoy. Okay, this next selection is called Invitation, and it's been played by many professional jazz artists, groups, and ensembles. We chose to add this to our state solo and ensemble repertoire. We didn't play it for districts, but we could play it for state, and we still had something else going on. So we really enjoyed it. And I have a couple things of good news regarding state solo and ensemble. First of all, this group did get a 1 at state solo and ensemble. And it just so happens that was the best thing that happened that room all day, so they got an exemplary award. Oh, right. Well, this group also, hey, let me tell you, I had to sell the Eau Claire thing because we'd never done it before, but the bigger concern was it was the same day as prom. And to say you're going to give up a little prom is a big ask. So I did make a deal. I said, I'll get you an early morning time. We'll get over there and get back. And I'm like, okay, we can deal with that. They didn't know what early morning really meant because Eau Claire is not really close here. So we had to be there by 7:30, so you do the math. And it was early. But we got them back by 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. Yeah, I don't remember sleeping. So they got to do all the things, and I'm so happy for them. Now, likewise, this group, oh gosh, they got second place in the entire festival. Yeah. And it was really close to like a half a point behind a group that was auditioning for the Essential Ellington. Yeah, so this is a kind of a tough band to beat, and we almost did. All right, so that's really good stuff. But we did get some awards with this group too, so I'd like to present them at this time. Jack Lisinski for playing tenor sax. Julian Trask for playing trumpet. And this young adult got a lot of praise. I mean, a lot of praise. It was almost over the top. Well, it was over the top. It was really a lot of praise. I don't know if did I say it was a lot of praise? A lot of praise. So help me congratulate Aston Barlow on drum set. Well, it's been a successful evening so far, and I predict it's going to continue on that way. There are a couple of thank yous I would like to bring forward. Right here behind me, Audrey Zemke and Aaron Block have been helping out all night. Back on sound, Tom has done so much for us tonight, including get these mics to work. So thank you, Tom, for your help. Up on lights, Lucas Gajewski brought him back. Thank you, Lucas. And a continued thank you to the band boosters for all their work, hard work, and dedication to make this a great program. So thank you, BCO. So about my son. This won't take long. Every year we put on a production like this, and this is a special one, because bringing in 12 different people is very exciting and a little bit of work. But it's such, in my spot, so much work that I just stop. I have a hard time stopping and enjoying the moment. Because there's so much going on, I want to make sure, got to get those chairs out, got to get this microphone, got to make sure the piano player doesn't fall off his chair, got to, all this stuff. And last year, I had my son Zachary back here come and perform with us, and I didn't get a picture with him at all. We're just working and making sure everything worked out. The night was over, I was like, holy cow, I didn't stop. He's a busy boy. I appreciate him coming and doing this with us tonight. Heading off to the youth play tomorrow, then Sunday playing at the White Sox Cup game right behind home plate. So one of the many things that he has going on. He also has some CDs he brought in his last solo project. And they're for sale. He has a bunch for sale. They're for $15, and he'll tell you that if you give him a 20, he'll thank you for the $5 donation. The drummer, yeah. So again, if I could have all my guests please stand up on the stage up here. I want to thank them all for all their contributions and help and hard work. And this band. We're going to wrap up this concert with a tune called Pocono Get Down. Hope you enjoy it.
So remember that time you told us to play Sneaky? We kind of took that a little bit to heart. So, in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm Ember, I'm the bari player. Playing bari in jazz is so much more than just a bass line. It's playing up to your lead alto, blending with your tenor parts, supporting the trombones. And in some cases, it's also a dry melody and sports rhythm section. I would never have learned how important my part was without Finnegan to guide our band, fit with his endless advice and constant critiques. I could never have become the bari player that I am today without his influence. And the same way this jazz band would never have been so incredible without him. You may look into jazz band and think what holds it all together is the drummer or the bass or the lead alto or trumpet. But what holds us together is Finnegan. Every musician in this band will tell you that we've never achieved so much without him. It's a little different from the bari sax, but still just as fun. I've been in jazz class since junior high, but nothing could have prepared me for jazz at the senior high level with hearing Mr. Finnegan. Thankfully, I've had the privilege of learning from Finnegan for all 3 years here, and I truly could not have asked for a better teacher, mentor, or friend. Ember is right. We could have practiced for hours, working our hardest to play the right notes, rhythms, articulations, and groove, but none of it would matter if this man right here wasn't here. He is the glue, the backbone, and of course, the comedic relief for the band. Every day, I look forward to walking into jazz because I know I will see him at his happiest. And that's not just because it's 10th period and we just want to leave. He is the kind of support system that every student would dream to have. Coming into this year, I already knew I would be leaving DC Everest Senior High. But when I found out he was leaving too, I made a goal for myself. And I wanted to do 3 things. First, help him in any way I could by asking every day, anything I can help with? You want me to copy that? I got you. Second, make sure he knew how much of an impact he had on both me, this jazz band, the band, and this school in general. Third, earn him a 3rd in a row exemplary award at State Solo Ensemble. I know we have accomplished that 3rd goal by what we did earlier this month, and I hope that this speech accomplishes another. Right now is one of the most important moments this jazz band has experienced this year. It is more important than our near win in Eau Claire, half point, where we made the early morning road trip to compete, where we made such a large impact on the audience that we got a congratulatory email a few days later. It is more important than District Solo Ensemble, where we met Finnegan on stage ready to earn our spot at state. More important than State Solo Ensemble, where we were able to earn DC Everest Jazz Class an exemplary award for the 3rd year in a row. We were given it right on the spot because of our performance. That has never happened. This band received that award, yes, but in reality, it was for Finnegan. We have performed the music, but he gave us the tools, the joy, and so much more than what we could just be able to play. He gave us the ability to bring it to life. The jazz band would like to present Mr. Finnegan with his own exemplary award, because not only did he build an exemplary jazz band, or have an exemplary career in music, Finnegan is one of the greatest examples of what an exemplary teacher and person any of us could have ever known. His influence has made us all stronger musicians, and more importantly, greater people. in countless times, but across the months we've been playing this piece, it has never been minor to us. Just a minor thing has never been minor, the same way Finnegan's influence has never been just a minor thing. The impact Finnegan has had on this jazz band and all those he has taught before it will never be considered minor. He's always strived for greatness, and in turn so have we. Finnegan will never be described as minor. His laughter, his pride, his encouragement, and all have been extravagant, bright, and entirely major. He has taught us, directed us, handed us difficult music, and told us to bring it to life. Just a Minor Thing paints a picture of the work Finnegan has put into this jazz band in the past few months and serves as a reminder to all of us the music he has made and will continue to make. Just a Minor Thing is not just a song to us, it's a message to Finnegan that he has never been just a minor part of our lives. He has always been and always will be major. So without further ado, the DC Everest Jazz class with Just a Minor Thing.
All right, well, that was kind of fun. Didn't plan on that. That was exciting. Boy, you should see my score. It has so much cool artwork in it. A lot of fun. All right, so thanks, students. And then, you know what? It's been a blessing. I am going to miss it, and I'm going to miss you. It's words can't express, and that's why we use music. Thank you very much for coming tonight. It's been a blessing. We're gonna finish tonight with Pocono Get Down and have a little fun. Are you ready?
Thank you.